Oh my God. She's the most amazing woman I ever known, and as a friend and as a business owner, and she's always helped people. Since I opened my own catering company, she's always the first person that order from me. And then I got my brick and mortar. She's busy, but then she's always make time to come and dine in and pay and support me. So that's the kind of person she is. She's always there for you.
She called once. No answer. She called again. Still nothing. By Monday, the silence had stretched long enough that she made a decision. She called the police. At 5:26 p.m. on Monday, May 4, 2026, Houston police officers arrived at 2113 Kingston Street, a quiet, manicured address in River Oaks, the most exclusive neighborhood in the city of Houston. What they found inside that home changed everything. 4 people, 1 family, all gone. But here is the question that investigators are still working to answer, and the one that brought you here today. Did Thai Mitchell send a recording to her family just minutes before the tragedy? Stay with us. Welcome to the Crime Edition. Today, we are breaking down one of the most shocking cases to come out of Houston, Texas in recent memory. The case of Thai Mitchell. We are going deeper than the headlines. We are covering details that most channels have not reported. And we are bringing you the latest updates on where this investigation stands right now. If this is your first time here, this is the channel where true crime gets the treatment it deserves. Thorough, accurate, and unflinching. Subscribe to the Crime Edition, hit the like button, and drop a comment right now telling us where in the world you are watching from. Let us get into it. Thai Mai Mitchell was 39 years old. She was born in Chicago and raised in Houston, Texas, the daughter of a Vietnamese immigrant family that built its life through hard work and community. Her father was an engineer who relocated the family to the Houston metro area after accepting a position with NASA. From a young age, Thai helped out at her grandmother's and mother's Vietnamese restaurant on weekends. That early exposure to the restaurant world left a mark on her, though she would take a very different path before returning to it. She studied consumer science and merchandising at the University of Houston. Before graduating, she landed a role in Target's management program after connecting with a recruiter on campus. And by her early 20s, she was overseeing more than 50 employees in a high-revenue retail environment. She went on to work at Tootsie's and Tiffany & Company before transitioning into human resources and operations at Hilton Hotels. She later earned a master's degree in human relations and employee relations from Penn State University. By any professional measure, Thai Mitchell was someone who knew how to build things and how to build them well. She co-owned 2 restaurants, Traveler's Table at 520 Westheimer Road and Traveler's Cart at 1401 Montrose Boulevard, both in Houston's Montrose neighborhood. She co-founded Foreign Fare, a travel-inspired clothing line launched in 2023, featuring wrinkle-resistant, water-repellent designs. She served on the board of the Greater Houston chapter of the Texas Restaurant Association, and in 2025, her peers selected her as the Greater Houston Restaurateur of the Year. She was also a mother of 2, 8-year-old Maya and 4-year-old Maxwell, and at the time of her death, she was expecting a 3rd child. Eric Sandler, city editor for Culture Map Houston, put it plainly. He said Thai Mitchell was never happier than when she was helping other people celebrate. That Traveler's Table had become a destination for birthdays and large gatherings. That she loved her staff and pushed them to grow. That providing opportunities for others was what drove her. That was Thai Mitchell, a builder, a connector, a woman with a full life and more plans ahead of her than any of them could see from the outside. Matthew Mitchell was 52 years old, and his life story reads like someone who could not stay in one lane. Not because he lacked direction, but because he had too many things he was genuinely good at. He earned his bachelor's degree from Emory University, then went on to study in France, Italy, and at Oxford University in England. He worked as a journalist and writer in London, Paris, and New York City. When he returned to Texas, he attended Rice University and then spent 14 years in the pharmaceutical industry, eventually becoming president and CEO of Texas Center for Drug Development, Inc., a clinical research company. His father, Dr. Jerry Mitchell, was a professor at Baylor College of Medicine and had previously led the same company. And then, in a move that surprised the people who knew him professionally, Matthew walked away from pharmaceuticals entirely. He enrolled at the Art Institute of Houston, earned a culinary arts degree, and in 2019, he and Thai opened Traveler's Table together. The restaurant was built around one idea: food as a form of travel. The menu pulled from their actual experiences moving through the world: Australia, Japan, Korea, Nigeria, Morocco, France, countries they had visited together, eaten in, and brought back with them. As Thai told the Houston Chronicle in 2024, they did not always speak the language of the places they traveled to, but they always had food in common. Traveler's Table was featured on Guy Fieri's Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives on the Food Network in 2021. In 2023, former head chef Stanton Bundy, who had run the kitchen for 5 years, won an episode of Beat Bobby Flay, putting the restaurant on the national map. Traveler's Cart followed in 2024, a fast casual concept focused on global street food. And in 2023, they launched Foreign Fare together, a travel clothing line with items like the Jet Setter jacket, the flight jumpsuit, and the foreign correspondent cocktail served at the launch event inside their own restaurant. On paper, they were exactly what they looked like: a power couple building something real, with momentum behind them and more ideas ahead. But there was something worth noting even then. Former employees who worked alongside both of them described a clear divide. Thai was the public face, energetic, engaged, always in motion. Matthew was different, reserved, private, harder to read. He had no social media presence at all, not one account. Thai had even joked about it publicly, writing once that when they first met in 2010, she thought he was hiding something because no one avoided social media the way he did. Stanton Bundy, speaking to TMZ after the tragedy, said he had worked alongside Matthew for 5 years and considered him a close friend. In all that time, he said he had only ever seen Matthew and Thai have a minor disagreement. Nothing physical, nothing that raised concern. He said he was questioning everything he thought he knew in the days after the news broke. That is the picture everyone had of Matthew Mitchell: steady, private, capable. A man who showed up to Thai's large Vietnamese family gathering early in their relationship and ate everything without hesitation. And that was the moment, Thai once said, that she knew. They married by the sea in Puerto Vallarta. They celebrated their 10th anniversary in St. Kitts. 2 restaurants, a clothing line, 2 children, a third on the way, and a community that had wrapped itself around everything they were building. From the outside, there was nothing to worry about. The last week of Thai Mitchell's life looked like any other week for a woman who never slowed down. On April 24, 2026, 10 days before the tragedy, Thai posted a video on Instagram with Matthew. It was lighthearted. She captioned it, "He thinks we will grow old together. He will, but I am Asian. I did not have the heart to correct him." It was the kind of post that gets shared because it is warm and funny and human. A couple laughing at themselves. Nothing in it suggested anything other than a marriage that still had room for humor after more than a decade. In the days that followed, Thai and Matthew were actively working with colleagues in Houston's restaurant community on a new menu for the FIFA World Cup 2026. Houston was one of the host cities, and they were in planning mode, forward-looking, building, engaged with what was coming next. On Saturday, May 2nd, 2026, Thai hosted a Texas Restaurant Association board meeting at her restaurant. Craig Howard, president of the Houston chapter of the Texas Restaurant Association, was there. He said afterward they held a social gathering and 50 restaurateurs showed up. Great food, great staff, great energy. That was the last time many of them would see her in a professional setting. The following day, Saturday, May 3rd, 2026, Ty posted what would become her final Instagram video. It was a mother-daughter outing. She and 8-year-old Maya had spent the afternoon shopping for dresses for Ty's sister Lee Mai's upcoming wedding in Boston. The video opened with what appeared to be Lee Mai's engagement ring on screen. Then Ty and Maya walking out of the house together. Then Maya in a dress shop trying on a formal gown, surrounded by mirrors. Ty captioned it simply, "Maya picked her dress and made sure I was set too." It was posted on May 3rd. It was the last thing Ty Mitchell ever shared publicly. That same Sunday night, Ty was on the phone with friends. Multiple people who spoke to her that evening confirmed she sounded completely fine. She was present. She was making plans. There was no distress in her voice, no indication that anything in her world was off. And then the calls stopped. The babysitter began trying to reach the family Sunday night. By Monday, she had heard nothing. No response to calls, no reply to messages, nothing. The silence from this family, she said, did not feel normal. So she contacted Ty's sister, Lee Mai. Together, they made the call to Houston police and requested a welfare check at the family's home on Kingston Street. That call was made on Monday, May 4th, 2026. At 5:26 p.m., officers from the Houston Police Department arrived at 2113 Kingston Street in River Oaks. Here is what investigators found and what the official record confirms. When Houston police officers entered the home at 2113 Kingston Street, they located 4 individuals with gunshot wounds. All 4 were members of the same family. The Houston Police Department named Matthew Mitchell, 52, as the suspect in the case. Their official statement read, "Evidence on scene indicated the incident was a murder-suicide in which the male shot the 3 victims and then shot himself." The Harris County Institute of Forensic Sciences subsequently confirmed the cause of death for all 4 family members. All 4 died from gunshot wounds to the head. Matthew Mitchell's death was ruled a suicide. Ty Mitchell, 39, Maya Mitchell, 8, and Maxwell Mitchell, 4, had their deaths ruled as homicides. The official time of death recorded by the medical examiner was 6:11 p.m. on Monday, May 4th, 2026. The 2 children, Maya and Maxwell, were found in their beds. Investigators went back through the records. There were no prior police calls to 2113 Kingston Street, not one in the preceding 6 months. There were no restraining orders filed in Harris County courts, no legal filings of any kind, no documented domestic incidents, nothing in any official system that pointed toward what was coming. No suicide note has been publicly confirmed. No motive has been officially released by the Houston Police Department, and as of the latest update, authorities have not indicated when or if they plan to address one publicly. What investigators were working with was the physical evidence at the scene, the forensic findings from the medical examiner, and the digital and communications data that is standard in any homicide investigation of this nature. Phone records, device activity, message history. There is one additional detail that has surfaced through sources close to the case. It has not been officially confirmed by Houston police, but multiple reports have alleged that in the period leading up to May 4, Matthew Mitchell had been experiencing paranoia. What form it took, what triggered it, who witnessed it, none of that has been publicly established. Authorities have not addressed it, the family has not addressed it. It sits in the record as an allegation, one thread in a case where the full picture has not been drawn. The financial context has also been noted by people in Houston's restaurant industry. Traveler's Card had been launched following a $2.35 million funding round. The economic pressures on Houston restaurants in 2025 and 2026, rising costs for labor, insurance, and rent were well documented across the industry. But those same industry insiders were clear on one point. There is no confirmed connection between those pressures and the events of May 4. It is context, not cause. The HPD Homicide Division is still accepting information related to this case. Anyone with relevant information is urged to contact them directly at 713-308-3600. Now, here is the question that sits at the center of this investigation, and the one this channel brought to your attention from the beginning. Thai Mitchell was on the phone with friends Sunday night. She sounded normal. The medical examiner places the time of death at 6:11 p.m. on Monday. That is a window of roughly 18 hours between the last confirmed contact anyone had with Thai and the moment the medical examiner recorded her death. 18 hours. In a murder-suicide investigation, HPD Homicide Division and the Harris County Institute of Forensic Sciences routinely examine phone records, text messages, voice notes, and all digital device activity as part of building a full timeline. It is standard procedure. It is how investigators piece together what happened, and when, and in what order. The question is this: in those 18 hours, did Thai reach out in those final hours? If she sent something, said something, recorded something, to her sister Lee Mai, to a friend, to anyone? Houston police have not confirmed it, they have not denied it, the family has not addressed it, and as of this recording, that question has not been answered publicly. But it matters, because if Thai reached out in those final hours, if she sent something, said something, recorded something, to her sister Lee Mai, to a friend, to anyone, it could be the single most important piece of evidence in understanding what happened inside that home on Kingston Street. If you want to know the moment that information becomes public, subscribe to the Crime Edition right now. Turn on notifications. This case is still active, and we will be here when the next development breaks.